Hi, and welcome back to another Fast Tracks webinar. My name is Carly, and I'll be your host today. Fast Tracks webinars are a weekly event held every Friday at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, 10 a.m. Eastern. For previous webinars, you can go to our goftx.com site and go to the FTx Lifeline. Then scroll about halfway down, click on webinars, and from there you can see all our previous webinars, and we have multiple webinars over warehouse. Today we will be doing item maintenance and vendor part maintenance. It'll be a brief overview. To see more in-depth information on item maintenance and vendor part maintenance, we have a previous webinar done by Eddie. It is this one right here, item maintenance or item management in warehouse. So let's begin. So today we're going to be using Fast Tracks Warehouse. We're going to go over some brief info on how to update or maintain your already existing items in the warehouse application. We're going to start by going into item maintenance. Now there's two ways you can make mass changes to your items. You can either do it from your item details page or from mass updates. We're going to start with our item details page. I'm just going to go to my test item. From here, I can make any type of changes I want. Anything between deactivating it, changing description, changing any type of size or weight information, and the amount of numbers in packages or amount of items in the package. We can also change our last cost, manufacturer cost, average cost, and any other cost related or price related info here. Here we can also change our categories and our locations. I can change my aisle section to be, instead of a number, I can use a letter system. And then I can change my category to be, my category 5 to be something different. After I make any of my changes that I'm wanting to do, I will of course want to save my item, which will update the system. In the item details page, you can also change shipping information as well and change your vendor parts, which is another part of this webinar. For this item, if we are changing vendor 1, but our vendor 1 has changed our part number, we're going to want to go ahead and edit the part. And we're just going to be able to change the part number. If part cost is changing, you would also make your changes there, and you could also change your unit numbers of how many units you receive for each part. We can also, in item details, update or assign new UPCs for items. In here, we can add a new UPC or edit an already existing UPC. For now, I'm just going to click Add. And this UPC belongs to a package, is an option, and then the package options as well. But for today, we're just going to leave this off and save. And there's our new item or our new UPC. We can also change item package information, audit. We can look at all of our audit analysis of the item as well, and then we can make changes to our MSA information from the item details page. The other way to make changes to items is through mass updates. Mass updates lets you make mass changes to a larger group of items at one time. Anything that you want to change, you can make mass price changes, mass other prices, and mass cost changes. You can also make mass changes to individual fields such as location or your categories or your size and weight. To do any type of field update, you will just go to the field update section on the bottom, select the field you are wanting to update, and then you would enter the field that you are wanting to enter. You can either make mass changes to everything. You can use your tree to go to a certain section that you're wanting to make changes to, or to a certain location that you are wanting to make changes to. Or you can click and hit Shift on your keyboard and then click on the other item and highlight mass items, right click, filter based on selection. Now at this point, only these items are going to be affected by any changes you make down here. So for this one, I am going to update category 5, which this one already has that category option of test. I'm going to just update all of them though. Change category 5 to test, yes, and finish updating. Now those items that I had selected previously are updated with this new category. That can be used for any of your available fields in the mass update screen. You can also do, you can create vendor parts for a certain section or for your certain vendor. If you make a new vendor, you can mass create vendor parts. But then to edit existing vendor parts, you'll just want to go to the vendor parts page, and then you will select your vendor. You can either filter which vendor you're wanting to make changes to, quickly filter to the item you're wanting, either by item number or item part number. And then, so for today, I'm just going to want to make changes to this vendor part. I'm going to go down to the bottom of the screen and click Edit Part. This is the part that I made changes to on the item details page, giving it a new item or a vendor part number with the A on it. So from here, I can either change it back. I could set it turn off the is primary vendor part, which means that it's going to not be the main vendor part you use for that item. Or I can edit and say I am now getting 10 packages, 10 units in this part, and increase. And then of course I would increase my cost as well. From here you can also archive and click has a required order set. And then of course save your parts after you are done. That is pretty much it for vendor parts and item maintenance. Of course, if you ever have more questions or wanting more detailed information, we have an additional webinar called